On the 2021 campaign trail, then candidate Glenn Youngkin promised voters major reforms to Virginia's public school system. Now, as governor, he is doing just that. All week, 10 on Your Side is investigating the state of education in Virginia and how new proposals could impact your child's classroom. Tonight, our John Dowding looks at a topic that has sparked a national debate: critical race theory.
Yes, Stephanie, and that debate goes on. Governor Glenn Youngkin made sure to ban teaching CRT in K-12 education on day one with an executive order that also sought to ban what he calls divisive learning. Tonight, we're looking at what CRT is and what experts fear the governor's executive order really looks to control.
We will remove politics from the classroom.
With the swipe of a pen, Governor Glenn Youngkin fulfilled a campaign promise to raise academic standards in the Commonwealth by first ending the use of inherently divisive concepts and critical race theory. The signing of Executive Order 1 proposed a number of other changes to Virginia's public education system, but the main focus, identifying and eliminating what the governor's office considers divisive or inherently racist concepts.
We shouldn't teach our children that they're racist. And so what we're going to do is just make sure that those aren't being incorporated in the classroom.
We asked the governor for more information on Executive Order 1 and a Freedom of Information Act request, but our request was denied. So we went to the man who used to oversee the state's public schools and asked him if he's aware of CRT being taught in Virginia's public schools. Former Secretary of Education during the Northam administration, Atif Corney.
No, CRT is not taught in anywhere in our curriculum and standards. And it's not to my knowledge. I know that for a fact because I've reviewed every single curriculum and standards. In my job, that was my job to review that, and it's not taught anywhere.
So if CRT isn't in school curriculums, then what exactly is it?
It is a body of principles that aims to understand why Black people and other people of color continue to occupy the bottommost social rungs of society.
That's William and Mary law professor Vivian Hamilton. She teaches CRT at the college level. She says it's an advanced intellectual movement most law students don't even learn about. She believes the backlash against CRT stems from conversations about race started in 2020 following the death of George Floyd.
It generated resentment among a lot of white people who are simply unaccustomed to thinking about race in a sustained way.
She says CRT isn't meant to make anyone feel guilty about their race. It seeks to educate everyone on the discrimination certain groups continue to face in America.
Learning is not always comfortable, and yes, lessons need to be age appropriate and grade appropriate.
She agrees CRT doesn't have a place in K-12 education. But she says the purpose of motions to ban CRT seek to control something else entirely.
The full truth of our nation's history and the racial aspects of that history.
Youngkin says the goal isn't to erase Virginia's history.
Let's not have divisive concepts that force our children to judge one another through a lens of race or religion or sex. And let's teach all of our history, the good and the bad.
Now, tomorrow I'll be back with a look at what legislators consider divisive learning and what impact that could have on educators. Catch that on Wavy News 10 at 6. I'm John Dowding, 10 on Your Side.